Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Bilal Agriculture Wala. Thank you for joining me. Today I am having focused conversation uh, with AI on a practical life skill, how to master the art of navigation in daily life. This topic, this 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 topic matters because navigation is not only about business deals. It helps us communicate it better, solve conflicts, and reach win-win outcomes in everyday situations. So let's win and learn how navigation can improve our daily interaction. Let's start with Maya.
Hey, what's up?
Assalamu alaikum. Today our topic is how to master the art of navigation in daily life. So let's start. What does navigation mean in simple words?
Walaikum assalam. Negotiation, in simple terms, is just a conversation where you're trying to reach an agreement with someone. It's about figuring mhm, out what each of you wants and finding a middle ground that works for both of you. It's not always about winning, but more about finding a solution where everyone feels okay with the outcome. What specifically about negotiation are you hoping to get better at?
Why is negotiation an important skill in daily life?
It's important because it pops up way more than people realize. Beyond big stuff like buying a car, you're negotiating all the time with friends about where to eat, with family about chores, even with yourself about whether to hit snooze or get up. Being good at it helps you get your needs met, build stronger relationships, and just generally feel more in control of your life. It's about respectfully advocating for what you want while also understanding the other person's perspective. Does that make sense?
Where do we use negotiation in daily life without realizing it?
Honestly, everywhere. Think about splitting the bill with friends. That's a negotiation. Deciding what to watch on TV with your family, negotiation. Even convincing your roommate to do the dishes, yep, negotiation. It's also happening when you're asking for an extension on a deadline at work or trying to get a better price at a garage sale. We often just call it compromise or persuasion in those moments, but at its core, it's all negotiation. It's kind of sneaky how often it happens, right? Anything spring to mind for you immediately?
How is daily life negotiation different from business negotiation?
Good question. Daily life negotiation tends to be more informal, based on relationships, and often involves smaller stakes. There's usually more room for flexibility and a focus on maintaining harmony. Business negotiation is typically more formal, focused on specific outcomes like profit, and often has stricter rules and less emotional connection. In business, walking away from a deal is often a viable option, whereas in daily life, walking away might damage a relationship. It's a matter of stakes and the nature of the relationship, I guess. Does that distinction resonate?
What are the key skills needed for effective negotiation?
Okay, so a few things. First, active listening, really hearing what the other person is saying, not just waiting for your turn to talk. Then, clear communication, being able to articulate your needs and wants in a way that's easy to understand. Empathy is huge too, trying to see things from their perspective. Also, knowing your BATNA, best alternative to a negotiated agreement, that gives you confidence and a walkaway point. And finally, being able to manage your emotions and stay calm under pressure. It's a mix of thinking and feeling, honestly. Which of those feels like it would be the hardest for you to practice?
Why is communication important in successful negotiation?
Oh, honestly, everything. If you can't communicate clearly, you won't be able to effectively explain your needs, understand the other person's, or build any kind of rapport. Misunderstandings happen so easily, and those can kill a negotiation before it even gets started. Good communication isn't just about the words you use, but also how you say them, your tone, body language, and how well you actually listen. It's about making the other person feel heard and understood, even if you don't agree with them. Does that make sense?
How does preparation help in negotiation?
You mean persuasion? It's a fascinating concept. Basically, it's about shaping someone's mindset before you even start negotiating to make them more receptive to your ideas. It's about strategically directing their attention, subtly framing the conversation, and building trust beforehand. Think of it as preparing the ground before you plant the seed. For example, highlighting shared values before discussing a disagreement. It's about influencing perceptions, not through trickery, but through understanding how the brain works. Does that explanation land?
What mindset should a person have before negotiation?
That's a really good question. I think it's a blend of confidence and curiosity. You want to be confident in your own value and what you're bringing to the table, but also genuinely curious about the other person's perspective. Avoid going in with a fixed mindset thinking there's only one right answer. Instead, see it as a collaborative problem solving exercise. A calm, respectful attitude is key. And remembering that it's not about winning, but reaching a mutually acceptable outcome.
Why is active listening important in negotiation? Hello? Hello? I think there was a problem. Why is active listening important in negotiation?
Okay, so active listening is honestly everything. If you can't truly hear what the other person is saying, not just waiting for your turn to talk, you'll miss crucial cues about their needs and motivations. It builds trust, reduces misunderstandings, and helps you find solutions that actually work for both of you. It's about understanding their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Does that make sense?
How does a win-win negotiation mean?
A win win negotiation means finding a solution where everyone feels like they've gotten something valuable out of the deal. It's not about one person winning and the other losing, but about identifying common ground and creating an outcome that satisfies everyone's key interests. It requires collaboration and a willingness to compromise. Essentially, it's about building a long term relationship instead of just scoring a short term victory. Does that resonate?
What is your final advice for anyone who want to master negotiation in daily life?
All right, final advice. Practice empathy. Really try to understand the other person's needs and perspective. Prepare beforehand. Know what you want, but also be open to hearing what they want. And don't be afraid to ask clarifying questions because it's about collaboration, not combat. Ultimately, good negotiation isn't about being clever, it's about being respectful and finding a mutually beneficial outcome. You got this.
Okay, thank you so much, Maya, for the time. Inshallah, we will back with the next topic. Allah Hafiz. Uh, Negotiation is a skill we use every day, and mastering it can lead to better relationship and smarter discussion. I hope this conversation helps everyone become more confident and effective negatives in daily life. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, share, and follow for the more useful conversations. See you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.